Hey guys, it's Madeline here. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about me rather than my food and tips. I often get asked a little bit about how I got started in doing what I actually do. So I have to take it back a few years. I moved to Australia when I was 18. I basically went there travelling and fell in love with Sydney. If you haven't been there, you must go. It's just this magical city with beautiful people, beautiful food, beaches, sunshine. And while I was over there, I ended up working in an organic cafe cooking and absolutely fell in love with food, learning about nutrition. I was like, this is what I want to do. I just got this light bulb moment where I was like, I want to get into this. And I had a girlfriend called Melissa Ambrosini. You might have heard of her. She's quite a well-known blogger. She had done this course at INN, Integrative Institute of Nutrition. And she was telling me all about it. You learn to be a health coach. And I was like, that's something I could do. I was still finishing off my degree at the time. So I went to university in Sydney and studied ancient history and history of art. So slightly different to what I'm doing now. But, I really enjoyed it. And I think that, we go through different stages in our lives. And I'm sure it's made me the person I am in some way. Anyway, so when I finished my degree, I went on to study there. And it's an online course. It takes 1 year and you become a certified health coach. And what that means is that you can coach people to be healthier. So I basically started doing the course and loved it. It's like a super easy course to do because it's on your iPad or your phone or your computer. So you do it at home. You don't have to go into the lectures unless you live in New York where it's actually done. And it's really supportive. There's a beautiful community. So you feel really supported even though you're learning online. And you learn in a very holistic manner. It's not just about the food that you're eating, but they talk about the mindset, something called primary food. So it's a really overall, I felt like I wasn't just learning about nutrition, I was learning about the whole lifestyle of it, the whole mindset of living well and being the best person you can be. So I studied there and then I started up my website, which was 3.5 years ago, and I moved back to London, which is where I live now, and started seeing clients. I remember being so terrified seeing my first client because even though you've been learning and absorbing yourself in it, you still feel nervous giving advice to someone. But it went really well and we're actually still friends, me and my first client, Beth. She's a beautiful woman. And it went on to there, so I started seeing more clients and started teaching them to cook better, to understand more about food. And I started up a 6-week program with my clients because I felt like that was an achievable amount of time to kind of make real results. So that kind of grew, and then as that was growing, my online community was growing, so my Instagram, my website, and it kind of started to take over, and I found it really difficult to do clients and also that at the same time. So I actually stopped seeing clients and just focused on building myself as a brand, and I got my book deal. So my first book, Get the Glow, came out over a year ago, and then my second book came out last month, and it was absolutely amazing. I miss seeing clients and doing the health coaching, but I really love what I do now, kind of creating more recipes, hopefully speaking to a wider amount of people. And as I was going along, I decided that I wanted to learn more, because even though health coaching is amazing, I wanted to understand a little bit more of the science behind the nutrition and become a nutritionist. So I applied to CNM, which is in London, and I've been doing that for 2 years now. I've got 1 more year to go, and then I become a naturopathic nutritionist. So it means I can prescribe supplements to people and read blood tests and stool samples and sexy things like that. So I do that at the moment. I study part-time while I'm working. But I think the health coaching was kind of the first thing that got me into it, and I always get asked questions about whether I recommend it or if I don't, and I do. I thought it was something that really got me that step up in terms of giving advice and having understanding, and I think the confidence as well. That's a big thing. I think loads of people want to get into health and become a blogger or get into food or wellness or set up their own cafe, but it's so much about confidence. It's about believing in yourself that you can do it. So that would probably be the advice that I give to anyone about starting up a project, is to really believe in yourself, because I think that's kind of the first thing, and if you believe in yourself, other people will, and then you can start to grow yourself in whatever it is that you're doing. But I think start small with things, you know, like I've started small in terms with my team, like I did everything from the beginning, and then you grow and you get other people to kind of help you as it goes along. But I like the internet. I think that's an amazing portal with social media to get yourself out there, and I think that's been the biggest helper for me to kind of do what I do. I get to make videos and talk to you and post pictures of my food and stuff like that. So I think the internet's amazing in terms of just getting out your message there to people. So that's it. That's how and why I became a nutritional health coach. I'll leave links below for INN, where I studied, and also CNM if you're in London. Come and say hello, that's cool. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!